I would love to hear kind of some case studies of the organize, train, deploy, optimize, and scale kind of framework of like how you've been able to implement that and what that looks like for businesses.
Well, I think one of the best things companies can do is add AI chatbots to the website. And I'm coming back to the AI chatbot. You can buy them off the shelf. You could build one on Replit. You could build one on Claude Code. Basically, what this does is it takes the content from your website or a content you put in a data room, and it talks to the customers that are coming on your website, and it gives them an answer. This is not like your dad's chatbot that you remember where they never give you an answer, or a law firm one where they just want to get your exchange information to get a lead. These things, their job is actually to try to solve your problem and answer a question. But from a marketing perspective, I don't think people understand how powerful it is. For years we sat there and we listened to keywords and user intent, right? And we'd say, okay, well, they all landed on this page. This is the basket of keywords they were probably using. That's gone. Now you're actually hearing actual conversations that they're happening with your website. And the best part about it is the minute you have a chatbot on your website, you're never going to have to worry about coming up with a calendar again, a content calendar, because it's literally telling you, these are the 25 questions that were asked this month. 5 of these questions we couldn't answer because there's nothing on your website, but it's relevant to your business. So that little thing is the aha moment for marketers and, business people. When they see that, they're like, wow. So that's a case study. When I tell people, I'm like, all right, AI is scary, it's big and all of that, but why don't we do this? Let's come in a very easy, affordable way. And we're going to put an AI chatbot on your website. After 90 days, we're going to sit back and it's going to tell you every single thing you know. I say this to every person I hear. I guarantee when I come back in 90 days and sit down in your conference room, you will not say, I cannot believe somebody asked that. I never thought I saw that. I never thought in my life a customer was asking that. It never happens. So and they always see it and they're like, oh my, and they have a list of questions. They're like, we never thought about that. I'm like, yeah, because this is what AI is doing for you.
So there's 2 things I want to say that it makes me think back to some old podcasts. First is there was a guy that I brought on the podcast that was selling live chatbots, like a live human behind the chatbot. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of talking similar to what you were saying. And on the call, he was like, are you selling AI chatbots? And I was like, no, I just think that that's the future. I think that that's where it's going. So when you started talking, that reminded me of it. And so, if anybody listens to the podcast, they'll know what I'm talking about, or you can go check that out. And then one of the other things that you said, I totally forgot. So we'll just keep on rolling. But no, here's what it was. There was another guy that was doing lead gen sites and in kind of really like niche industries. Like one was in the mushroom industry, like I guess edible mushrooms and whatever. But basically from a data mining standpoint, the search box, as well as could be extended to a chatbot, all the questions that you as a business owner get to collect what people are trying to figure out and find that you don't know that people are asking, gives you a window into who your target audience is, what's going on in their heads, like where they're at, what questions they're asking. And a lot of times when we get the data, depending on however you get it, and you look at what the client's asking you to do or what the client thinks is the next step, the data doesn't always align with that. Sometimes like it gives you confirmation, but sometimes it opens up the discussion, like you said, to other things. And I think that that's really important to consider. What do you not know about your customer? Or why do you think that they're buying? Like doing the real data analysis to understand what's happening. That was the step change from traditional marketing to digital marketing. Like a lot of times when I talk to people that are running terrestrial radio still, or they're running TV ads, like when I'm on like a multi-functional team and I'm bringing the data component, we a lot of times stay on after, and they're like, how is it affecting the data on the website when we're running radio ads or we're running TV ads? Because I'm trying to figure out, okay, when you bought this flight, like the brand search went like through the roof, and I can see in the geographic areas where that is. And then you can kind of start to map stuff out, which has been pretty cool when you're working on those bigger campaigns. But what people I think need to understand is everything you're doing, these LLMs are picking them up. Like they're just like a really smart individual, but you push on over here, something affects over here. You do it over here. Same thing with search systems. Like you do that. Like people don't understand everything you do online affects your brand interpretation, your how your entities represented, how they're associated with each other. Like even what you said earlier, you like listed a bunch of different agencies and then you listed your agency in there. Like you're building like a co-citation with those companies, and we're seeing like listicles come out. Like people don't understand, every single thing that you're doing is impacting how you're being perceived by these tools. And I think, again, here's another crazy prediction. I think everybody's going to have their own chatbot, or most people are going to have their own chatbot. That really what you're trying to do, and you're going to have other agents and information, you're going to be trying to sell to that agent, so that when that human asks that question, that personal chatbot tells you what you want them to hear. And I think that's ultimately where the whole thing's going is.
Yeah, your predictions, I don't know, you might have heard me talk, or I might have heard you talk, but because I actually said, I'm like, this is my prediction, but I might have stole from somebody. But
I don't know. I'm glad we're talking. It sounds like we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.